now all of a sudden they have to work their way back, whereas the other way around, you know, it's not as big a deal. We'll see how things go here on Oregon as we start the ban phase. We'll see who gets banned, whether or not we're going to see some of the usual suspects or some more creative bans coming out here. And that is Maverick going off first. That should be interesting, especially if somehow we end up with some other bans that might involve hatch play, for example.
Maverick, pretty common operative to be used on Oregon, and there goes the Glaz. Interesting that a Ying ban does not come out, though.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a pretty common ban for this map, but honestly, if you feel like you have a Jaeger that can really deal with it, or you can stop them from burning your ADSs, or even just stay in positions where those Candelas don't really affect you too much. I mean, also, you could be a situation where you don't expect them to play it a lot, and you might not really struggle with it too much, but I think most teams in general do not care to play against those Candelas if they think that's going to be a problem for them.
Well, I just bring that up because in the first game, the initial game between these two teams on Border, which is a map that will be played as the decider should we go 3.
Yeah.
That was where Nora-Rengo received the biggest welcoming of all time, which was the 6-second ace on Ying by Hungry.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, there's always the, you know, don't sleep on Ying Hungry. I mean, you want to ban it because it was banned consistently for a long time against him. Teams kind of started dropping off doing that. But it definitely, yeah, was the thing. But Ravon going to be the one to actually play it. Interesting. Well, if that's what you want to do, he's going to 6-pick off of it, though. I got to imagine they were teasing that Hungry was playing it because you do not see the actual players that are playing the operators, so you're going to assume that was Hungry doing that. And really, that might mess with your ability to kind of predict a 6 that are doing that. Not, I guess, a huge surprise in that sense of trying to tease that out, but I can imagine we might see Hungry pull out that Ying later. In this case, though, just going to be the Capitao for him this round.
Interesting that Mario is fulfilling the mantle of Valkyrie right now, considering Waka's incredible display of accuracy on Border against this team 2 days ago with Valkyrie. But
again,
got some freedom.
It's the change-ups, right? They're trying to keep things a bit more mixed up. And I gotta imagine that some of that's due to some of the VOD review they did, some of the thinking about the strats, and they went on to change that up. But who knows? Maybe it doesn't work. We end up with Waka on Valkyrie next round.
New feed activated.
We are at least going to get some idea where the cameras are going to be set up, though. That's going to help cover the west side so you don't have to hang out over there because, well, you're likely to lose it at some point. You definitely don't want to be face-checking those bullets as the attackers come in. You'd rather see those drones coming and be in the cameras and have some idea if they care about taking it, which doesn't look like a lot of outside yet. Could actually see the jump outs from Mario instead.
Well, when Waka was playing this Oregon matchup the first time, it was him setting up a Valkyrie camera display on the windmill inside. Hungry will actually start things off.
Wow.
Way down in the basement, question mark?
That's a really good initial kill. I mean, taking
sight. That's the objective.
All right, well, hello. Welcome to Laundry.
Claws picking up Apilia and rushing straight into the closet. There goes the Evil Eye. Waka is still upstairs. Not a set up topside led me to believe it was a Dorm's defense, but negative. Waka will be shredded by the M762. All of a sudden, it's an all-out rush from Penta. Last man alive is Race, who will claim the life of Blaz before immediately being traded out by Ravon. Wow, I had no idea that the site was even downstairs. The amount of setup upstairs.
Yeah.
I just assumed it was a Dorm's defense off rip, but no, Penta in the site in 30 seconds.
I mean, they read into the fact that they were setting up so much upstairs, but it is funny to see that in a round where they don't bring Ying, a play like that. That is such a Hungry Ying attack right there, and it just, nope, capitalizing completely on the weaknesses they spotted. And that is where an IGL really shines in terms of making that call, saying, guys, they're not defending site very well. Let's just go in and take it.
Well, it works out for Penta, and this is completely in stark contrast to what we witnessed, at least in the beginning, against Lestream yesterday from Penta, which was, they were very, very slow against Lestream. Actually, glacial in the movements and the pushes across the map and trying to take any engagement.
If you're going to go for a rush, the first round's the time to do it. Let's be honest. That's when you can get away with it the most, when they're least expecting, when they haven't really felt you out yet. But in terms of feeling each other out, they have played each other already in this tournament, so that shouldn't be too foreign to each other. But again, just great capitalization on what they saw during the drone phase. Probably will not see that again, at least not this round.
No, I'd highly doubt we see a replay of that.
If they do, that is ballsy.
Worked out pretty well. They Like I said, the amount of top floor setup. You had a Jaeger, a smoke upstairs inside the kids' dorms in Astor hallway. You had a Valkyrie over by bathroom and showers on the main floor, and by dining with a kitchen reinforcement setup. You don't really have a lot left on the objective to hold it. Oregon, your rotation options are quite limited.
And that's the thing, is you can really capitalize on that because, like you said, with the rotation options being limited, they're also constrained. You can cut people off, take advantage of that, and that's exactly what they did there, knowing how they would rotate back to site. But it was also the fact that they did it quickly means they might have still been mid-setup. A lot of teams take a while to get their setup done. Obviously, that was the case there for Nora-Rengo, and they paid the price for it. I got to imagine they set up a bit faster
located by attackers
to make sure they didn't fall prey to that. Maryu this time playing a bit more in the center of the map, make sure he can counter any kind of a lobby push, which of course Penta are not going to go with any kind of heavy rush this time. But at the same time, they are looking to see if they can get any kind of push here from the tower side, as Blaz already pretty close to inside here, opening up the walls while watching an angle, and they have top floor control of tower as well from Hungry.
Papilia in a Cold War contestation against Blaz. Blaz will turn the corner. Oh, what a shot with the shotgun from Papilia through the wall will down him off. Blaz down, but not out just yet. Papilia has not ran into Blue to try and secure the kill, and it looks like Hungry is coming in support down the construction tunnel to try and protect his fallen comrade.
Now, of course, for anyone who's new to this and just watching because it's the Invitational, it's a bigger event, you do not have the feed to know you injured someone, so he did not know he could have finished that kill there.
Drones will come out to reassess the situations. Papilia was playing quite aggressive towards box and underneath the box hatch, which Penta had meeting control. They start off with a tower take, completely contrary to their initial take, which was down the main stairs incredibly fast. And Nitrocell being prepped by Papilia, now playing where a back mirror would be if it wasn't banned out. Blaz angling in, just sees the backside, and Papilia will duck away to safety in mere moments. Still holding his angle, and now Blaz unaware that his pixel actually doesn't reveal any information beyond the brick wall.
No, he didn't know he moved off. So that is, he saw the ping, he's like, oh, he's right there. Now that is false information he's giving his team.
Again, prepping the Nitrocell, but not ripping it out just yet. Enemy will find the first victim with only 40 seconds remaining. That's Maryu, who is still upstairs on his roaming Valkyrie work dispatched up. There goes one of your Nitrocells for plant delay and denial outright taken away. And there goes another one. Both Nitrocells dispatched up as Blaz finally wins that engagement after being down by Papilia earlier. He will get his revenge. Two stacked inside a box. A third one now as Servos will take down Ramu. Waka try to fight back, but he'll only get one in vain. Raysil will clean up one on the main stairs with the shotgun, but runs straight to his demise as Blaz will clean things up. A 3K on the round, and you can see Penta feeling themselves right now with dance moves.
Penta feels like a bulldozer so far in these rounds. Whenever they're able to get any kind of edge, yeah, sure, they did get downed a little bit at the beginning when the Ash got shot down by the shotgun, but got picked back up. Both of them left at 50% health, but once they got in and got that beachhead, it was just established. Everyone coming in at that point was pretty much just walking into the tracers of their own demise. It was, I mean, what do you do against that? You need to flank that. They need to be coming from the tower side from behind because they had tower side control completely. That's what you need to do with that, is just not expose your backside. And again, work like that bulldozer. Yes, there was a couple kills. It wasn't a flawless round, but it nearly was. Those 2 kills were towards the very end. And unfortunately for Nora-Rengo, very impactless at that point. Plant was going down. They just had full control. You saw the diffusers even drop needlessly to the ground as we felt, and smartly so, Nora-Rengo deciding the laundry, not such a great idea. Gonna go up the dorms. Somewhat of a pattern we've seen in some matches. We saw it previously in the Liquid match as well, where laundry just was not working out in the current meta for these teams.
Well, I also find it very interesting that Nora-Rengo seem quite timid right now, quite reserved.
Yeah.
In their first matchup against Penta, they took a lot of shots, they took a lot of aggressive plays. They went for Hail Marys and home runs every other minute. Waka going corners and hitting insane shots all the time on Border and on Oregon. And yet, It's just not coming out right now for Nora-Rengo. Content really to try and sit back and wait for it, and it's a complete different look for Penta compared to the beginning of yesterday, and even in their game against Nora on Monday night, where Penta seemed to be bringing all the aggression and they have the initiative behind them. They're pushing with a direction, a directive, and some focus, and it's completely alternative to what we've seen from Penta.
Well, I can tell you what it is. This was Penta's map pick. So what they did is they looked for the weaknesses in Nora-Rengo, and they built the strats around them. They built those to attack those on this map in particular, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're going straight for those weaknesses they saw, and now it's on Nora-Rengo to try and change the tempo. So Waka being on Doc, for example, he needs to be doing some peaks. He needs to be playing up that mechanical skill you were talking about to get some early picks. That would slow down this bulldozer. But the early picks are not coming out at all from Nora-Rengo. You mentioned them being timid. That's what's costing them these rounds.
Walker's still stationed inside of showers and lockers as the Valkyrie camera placed on that windmill has returned from Mario. But now Repel's coming out from Penta on the kids' windows, and the one person who could be a thorn on the side of this plan is Ramu on the pulse, constantly on the cardiac sensor, playing Harry Potter, and witnessing someone droning on the C2 stairs.
I mean, I like the idea of this here. If he doesn't get caught, and we see him try and run right past it, Rainbow could get an impactful kill, rotate around, and just really, like you said, be a thorn on their side. However, if he gets killed here, that's C4 off the board. That's a lot of intel off the board.
Look, it's enemy, and he's on his own drone. He's just sitting there baiting it out the whole time. Now Mario will come in for support from the stage door, but he won't connect with the bullets either. A flashbang will ring out, and full blind. Ramus will have to back downstairs.
Walker managed to get that kill, and he's a Doc, so he can heal himself right back up, which he's already done. Papilio being a little more aggressive now. This is the time to capitalize on that and be that reverse bulldozer. Ramu was playing a bit timid and had Mario backing him up, but again, they didn't capitalize on that time he was on his drone because they're still playing a little too timid. Now that they've got man advantage, they just got to carefully play. If they lose one or two players, then pull it back. But 47 seconds left here with a 3v5. This is definitely looking good here, especially with that kill.
Here's Waka taking down Hungry, and Cerbasi just straight up vaulted into the main window. Papilio with a team kill onto Racehill, but it won't matter at the end of the day, and Waka will end things with the MP5 onto Cerbasi, and Nora-Rengo giving us another showing of the famous Nora-Rengo dance.
I love these guys. It's just their happy-go-lucky attitude. I mean, I hate to sound biased, but I would love to see these guys win just for their positive attitude to take that to the main stage for the big audience. But either way, at least you get to see that here on your screen on the streams. Either way, hope to see that from Penta if they win, you know, take some of that positive attitude forward. But either way, looks like we saw a little bit of the bleeding stop without needing a timeout. They changed the bomb site. They changed the way they were playing. You see Ramo here also picking the Vigil. That tells me they might play a little more flexible, a little less timid. I mean, to be fair though, they were, I think, looking at that first round to be playing a little more flexible in that roam with that top floor setup. But because it was read into by Penta, because they capitalized on the weakness, of course it was dismantled. I expect things to slow down a little here for Penta now, because we saw it come back around from Nora-Rengo. Penta's gonna have to calm down a little bit, drone a little bit more carefully, not give away any free kills, but we still could say players like Lost, who's there with 4 kills, going a little aggressively. You know, just try and be that spearhead. That is typical of an Ashe entry main. See if it can get some work done. If not, then the rest of the team is just gonna have to drone carefully and back it up.
Well, in the game yesterday against the stream, it was Penta taking simple liberties, honestly, skipping over some very crucial drone steps and clearing the map, and that was part of what was contributing to their slow start, their slow maneuvering of the map yesterday against the stream to begin with, and it seems like those bad habits have been put by the wayside for the time being for Penta. I really like that baiting play from enemy inside of tower. It didn't work out for him. The execution wasn't quite there, but the planning was there. You can see Penta really, the stark difference between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for Penta, it's 3 different teams, honestly. I was talking about 2 different rosters in prep. It's 3 different teams all playing.
It's like an advent calendar of strats.
It's remarkable to see Penta and their evolution and their response to their failures, honestly.
Yeah.
Their first game against Nora-Rengo was not great. Their first start against the stream was not great. Now they've come back, and granted it's only 3 rounds and they've even lost one. However, they do look much stronger, and they look much more poised. They look like they are not letting things get to them that they used to allow get to them earlier on in this week.
They're also varying things up. They went for more of a west side take this time, took control of that. Sir Boss taking out Papilia. That's going to be a C4 off the board. Now you see Bloss as well, still going for a tower side take, just a late one, but he didn't drone in here properly, and he's going to get caught for it, but Rambo's the one to pay the price. You see Hungry's drone there, did spot it. Good timing, there was another player in here, but he's smartly backed off. Oh, it looks like he might be rotating around for the shots. Laz has got to be careful here, but what a great start. 2 kills already from Penta. Looks like that aggression coming right back.
Pretty significant whiff there from Ramus. You can hear the rappels coming in. There were shotgun shells ringing out to the floorboards on T3 underneath the window as well, and Ramu just cannot connect the shots. Enemy will also tack on, taking down Raysil. So suddenly a 5v5 turns into a 5v2, and you've still got Waka holding the bottom of the T2 stairs, and Laws unaware will walk right into it. But you still have a 2-man doubled up advantage, pushing down the main stairs, trying to initiate a plant exit. Waka, though, busting out of meeting split, will take down Hungry and drop the diffuser at the top of the stairs in the midst of sandbags, but lit to 5 HP. He'll have to retreat to the ladder stall inside of meeting. Continue to hold his ground as he waits for Mario to cycle back and hold the main stairs. It looks like the progression has come out now from Penta as Ravon is initiating a plant attempt in behind the washing machine. The cover on hallway, immaculate from the stairs, will shut down Mario. It's a 5 HP Waka busting out a meeting will claim 1 life, 2 lives! Enemy and Sir Boss will fall! It's down to Ravon now in the depths of supply room, awaiting Waka's descent of the main stairs or the main lobby hatch to drop down and attempt a counter defuse. Claymore shot out, spotted immediately by Waka, also spots the drone that was on the diffuser, so that's a lack of information for Ravon to have. Sticking directly in on a bait out, slowly creeping up the hallways, Ravon, but now Waka's going to turn the corner with authority and be shut down. Penta will win round number 4. Ravon in the 1v1 clutch. A wonderful attempt there from Waka, but a beautiful counteraction there from Penta, and to secure the round and give themselves the 2-round lead once again.
The damage Waka did with just 5 health left, though, absolutely on top of his game. Unfortunately for him, just the shots could land in time. But the amount of pre-firing he was doing earlier, I'm honestly surprised he didn't come around that corner firing. But at the same time, I think he was trying to take advantage of being a 3-speed for a little bit of stealth on that approach. It was unfortunately read into, but either way, great attack. Shutting down Blaz definitely slowed things down there and gave that opportunity for Waka, because had he got flanked from the tower side, definitely would have been a big problem for him. But either way, a great attack again by Penta. Just laundry is not working out for Nora-Rengo, unfortunately winning dorms. This is a map where you pretty much got 2 good bomb sites. They kind of have to keep trying this until they can go back to dorms again next round. This is really hurting the start from Nora-Rengo, not being able to defend laundry, and it's Penta taking it down every time a different way, but every single time with speed. It was only the dorm stake that was slow. This is down to just every single time. I gotta imagine it's good droning. They're identifying the positions of Nora-Rengo, despite there being a vigil. They're identifying the weaknesses, and they're taking it a different way. Next time we saw last round, for example, they went instead for the west side take, and then the tower. Just changing that each time. Also, Blaz, though, capitalizing on his 3-speed nature to get in, get some damage done early.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
That is working out. Last again, going with the west side take here. He knows they're not going to be going back to dorms yet, so going to be planning on them being at laundry. The only thing they can do to really mix this up is go with the tower side defense, just to really throw Penta off at this point.
Blaz doing some immediate drone work as he walks in, and the ping's coming out in spades right now into dining. As Hungry has pushed his way all the way into bathroom, and Mario is downed as the spray through the wall was enough to put Mario in a down but not out state. Inside the kitchen, he's holding out inside of the pantry closet, it seems. The mute chamber won't stretch far enough to stop the drones from coming in and establishing that Mario is down. Sir Boss will clean it from above through the pantry hatch, and it's another early great start for Penta as they, again, continue to push him with authority, and they refuse to be stopped right now. There is not much resistance coming out from Nora-Rengo.
Now this needs his flank from Ramu to work, but he has no opening there. He can't just creep through the attic. He's going to have to drop down through meeting hall. Blaz is going to be working his way over there as well. They might just get in a good pinch position that time, but a C4 coming out from Papilia to take down Sir Boss will at least slow down and take utility off the board, as I got to imagine those lifelines were going to be important.
A lot of utility lost there on the side of Penta. It's a delayed trade Honestly, if you're Nora-Rengo, you're feeling pretty good about that, considering the amount of utility that you removed from the side of the site execute for Penta. The only thing better than that probably would have been Hungry falling because of the smokes and asphyxiating bolts, but at least the soft destruction and the concussion mines will be gone for the rest of the round. EMP's coming out onto the left side of meeting wall, and oh my god, they have completely missed a man inside of showers. A flank immediately coming out from Waka. In behind 3 Penta attackers, all droning in short, and somehow Waka has not taken advantage of this and slaughtered them all. Slowly pushing his way, Waka pushing out of showers as the Jaeger waiting for Penta to feel comfortable in their site execute attempt. It'll be that cloak and dagger knife in the back.
We're just waiting for him to walk up right behind him.
Toxic Babe coming out to repel. It's an aggressive entry from Penta. It'll push Ravon back up the stairs slightly, but playing close range with a shotgun is Rachel. And here comes Waka, 2 for him, 1 for Papilia, leaving Blaz alone. Inside a classroom now is Waka. Oh, what a shot from Blaz! And he'll be able to tag up Ramu as he retreats into meeting and all the way through the kitchen. Rotate. Blaz waiting, trying to isolate these 1v1s, and he knows he has one in a better position against Ramu, but time's ticking away. The pre-fire comes out, but Ramu will win it out. Just a missed drone on Waka inside of the showers. We get another hand dance from Nora-Rengo as they bounce back with 1 round remaining in the first half.
It is kind of funny that the player that they missed wasn't the Vigil, but that came down to them so focused on the mute jammers. You saw them focus on calling out for Thatcher to take out that mute jammer in meeting hall so they could get through and drone it properly. That was what was making them think, oh, maybe there's someone in meeting hall, completely neglecting showers despite the fact that they went for a west side take initially. And there's nowhere to go from showers. It's not like he magically appeared in showers from another part of the map. I mean, that entire west side is isolated. A west side take is supposed to do exactly that. You isolate off the west side so they don't have to watch behind them, which is exactly what they did, and it's just down. I mean, that's gotta be feel really bad for Penta to know failed droning cost you that entire round. Not to mention some good plays from Ramu as well. It wasn't just Waka, but either way, that is finally a laundry defense 1. Now they can go up the dorms with a bit more confidence that maybe they could end the side switch with a 3-3.
You gotta feel pretty good there if you're Nora-Rengo, able to pull a fast one over Penta, and now you're back within 1 round with a pretty good chance, considering the win rate upstairs on Oregon through this event, to draw even before heading into the second half, at which point you will then be on the attack and be able to set the pace and tone of each round as Penta have. But if you're Penta here, you think it's a simple mistake. Yes, it's on a big stage and probably the most important game in these players' careers and their lives. It's a simple mistake. It happens. Regroup, turn back, correct the mistake, and move on. I don't think they're making themselves too hard. No. Because I also don't think they even know how it happened. They'll go back and watch the VOD and really kick themselves.
Very true. They probably just assumed he snuck up behind them somehow.
Just laying in showers the whole time. 1 missed drone, 1 missed shot by 1 person.
Missed drone. They did at least spot the pulse earlier. They saw him making his reinforced barricades. They got to imagine he's going to be playing around downstairs. It's similar to something I've seen Canadian do, for example, in the past when he's playing pulse, is make those reinforcements to make it a little bit easier to know if they're approaching from the garage, if they're approaching to a school, helps him cover his flanks and isolate it down to either the meeting hall side, which you kind of know they're coming from there, or the lobby side, which Blaz is likely to be doing here, but he's going to make a lot of noise coming in. That's going to help him stay alive, but Hungry, in the meantime, taking down the Waka early means also no chance for him to heal anyone else. That run out there, it's a nice idea with that ACOG, but you're much better off with an ACOG peeking out than jumping out. And Waka is going to learn that the hard way. So now a huge man advantage here. This could work out very well for Penta as they start to slowly sneak in drones unpunished by Nora-Rengo.
Some serious drywall work coming up!
Waka trying to return the favor with a little bit of aggression of his own, and he gets punished for it. Papilia not pulling off the gas pedal at all in response to Waka's death. You've also got Mario still in showers. Nora-Rengo just loved the showers on Oregon.
Staying clean.
Papilia playing top white as he'll reserve himself from those peaks a little bit longer, as it was the demise of Waka that kind of set the tone here for Penta and Hungry. Red Waka like a book. Another vault out here from Mario. Won't bring any prospects, won't provide any advantage, but it also won't be his demise either, as there's no one outside for Penta to punish him for this. Papilia will rotate down and swap positions with Mario, as he'll rotate up with that Nitro cell. Papilia wants to be the flank man. Blaz, though, will take down Ramu as they begin to dismantle and take apart this defense. Mario with one, Papillia with another, Mario and Racel. It's all coming apart at the seams for Penta. Nora-Rengo now in a 3v1 after being in a 3v5. All falling like dominoes where Penta sports, and Racel will end it with authority. Nora-Rengo bounced back from a two-man deficit and level at 3 rounds apiece going into the half. And again, the dance moves getting more energetic with every one round.
Well, we know what the one weakness is for Penta on their attacks, the showers. It seems to bite them every time. In that case, it was Mario sneak around. I mean, those were some great shots, great reflexes, almost got a 3K out of it. But either way, he came from those showers again. They thought, oh, Waka jumped out. There's no way there would be another person in there. Waka was the one to hide in there last time. No, Mario was in there as well. Why are they not isolating the west side? That is a big part of a Dorm's take. You don't just throw everyone to the other side, because again, the west side is the side you can isolate. If you then can do that and control the white stairs, you don't have scenarios like that. And then when you go to push master bedroom, you're pinching them all towards the middle, and you do not end up with someone just sprinting up the stairs on you. So either way, those side switch coming in here. Now it's time for Nora-Rengo to attack. So we'll see if they can find the same weaknesses Penta's launcher defense. I mean, I don't imagine we're going to see a rush attack, but either way, possible. We are going to see enemy trying to also play Vigil like Ramu was. We'll see if that's going to work out. Anyway, I'm curious to, also if Waka can play as aggressive as Blaz has been playing on this, and I think if anyone can, it's going to be Waka.
Well, through the majority of this tournament, the basement on Oregon has been where good teams go to die.
5 seconds to insertion.
Probably does not have more than a 20% conversion ratio right now as far as defensive teams winning the objective. It's mostly been you cycle back and forth between your dorms win, and then you fluster in the wind, basically, on all 3 other sites, whichever one you bring. We have seen 1 successful kitchen dining defense, actually 2, thanks to the Sexy Kid clutch today. Other than that, though, it's basically been you win your dorms and you struggle with the rest if you're on defense on Oregon. So starting things off will be Penta down there as well. It's Mario taking a little bit of damage on the Sophia, and you can see Waka. Bit of frantic mode right now.
I like the free fires though. You know what? Like, no taking chances. I'm not even going to drone ahead of myself. I'm just going to use my bullets to drone. You know what I mean? But Mario, in the meantime, actually, maybe going to need to use those drones a bit more, as he's already taken most of his life and damage. And the mute jammers, just like before, making life a problem. Ramu needs to get in there. Oh wow, he jumps right on that jammer. He had to know there was going to be one there.
We were talking to Saronic out in the lobby while we were waiting for the Liquid Mafia game to wrap up, and we were talking about Waka specifically and how back in the day he used to be extremely frantic and extremely just frantic. I'll leave it there. But when he's in this mood where he's whipping around uncontrollably and pre-firing every single angle conceivable, it's when you know the nerves are on for Nora-Rengo.
Stun grenade out.
Was saying when you see Waka playing much more stable, that's when you know the rest of the entire team is feeling much more stable. He's that equilibrium on the team. He's the guy who sets the tone. Waka being repelled for the 2nd time on his attempt at an entry towards the objective as he tried to go down main stairs and thought better of it, and now gone for a full rotation to red, ripped up on the wall, and it still hasn't provided much for him.
Ramu, though, is going to fall, and that's going to slow down his attack, but I got to imagine he already used the EMPs too, and he was just going to be a vital flank watch that is no longer going to be in play, which means that's an opportunity for some of the other players on Penta to sneak around for those flanks, not stay isolated to this basement, but Waka playing in the tower side is isolating them there, so they're not able to escape, but the plant is coming down.
Racel almost able to complete this plant, and Papillia will shut down the flank from enemy. The plant is completed, so a 4v4 post plant. An attempted hallway push here from Penta's Blaz, who will be felled first. The chaos all ensuing underneath the hallway hatch. Papillia, oh, what a flip from Papillia. Hungry, able to bring one back, but in a 1v3 on extremely low HP. Downs Waka through the wall and clean the kill in the process. Gonna immediately stick on the diffuser. It's a rent and drop situation. They both go flying in, dropping the hatch. Oh, what a bait out from Hungry. He gets one. It's down to Mario, who's playing safe now in the bathroom hallway. Returning back to the diffuser will be Hungry. He has time for one more bait now, and he's not going to go for it. He's going to try and stick it, and Mario will conclude it from the hatch. Nora-Rengo once again on top.
That was a very tense play. Really well played by Hungry, though. And I think trying to stick it there was the right call, just in hoping the hesitation would be there. It wasn't, but you never know. It's a coin flip at that. And I mean, his play with a shotgun there, reading into the fact that someone would drop out of desperation, thinking they were going to get the shot at him, because of course, they know where the diffuser's planted. They know where he's likely to be, but reading into that absolutely perfectly. Unfortunately for him, the rest of his team already dead and not able to support it, but what a great aggressive plant in the smokes from the Capitao, and that means great plays from the Capitao as well, because you have to smoke that correctly for you to be able to get that off. And a bit of a misplay by pushing into the hallway there when you kind of know they're going to be watching the hatch, specifically for anyone pushing the hallway. But I got to admit, it is a little hard to tell where you can spot it from when you're that, because the angle is not in your favor. But these players have played long enough to know better. So just a slight bit of misplay there from PENTA, ultimately costing them around. But as you said, Laundry is the death pit at the moment. And it surprises me that it always takes them 2 failures to realize they should go to dorms.
PENTA attempting to run it back and equalize once again in a 4-4 scoreline. If not, it'll be Nora-Rengo taking the first real commanding lead for themselves. PENTA went up 2-0, then 3-1, and now it's 3 consecutive rounds for Nora as they continue to bounce back after that early, I guess, false start. That's kind of been a common theme for a lot of teams so far, is surrendering a significant early lead and having to claw your way out of a hole that otherwise wasn't really necessary had you started prepared and gone straight footing down to the ground against the gas pedal off rip.
Well, hopefully that evil eye from Blaz this time will be key in making sure if they go for another smoke plant attempt that it won't work. And it looks like they're going for a very heavy tower side take. There is someone trying to contain the bottom tower. Also, a little bit of sloppy flashbanging there, slowing the Rainbow down. They're going to have to be very careful on this push that they don't lose too many people taking the tower side. Otherwise, they're going to have to rotate around for a lobby take, maybe down some important utility in doing so.
Double stacking of drones, pushing into meeting, and oh my, thank you. Racer will turn the drone the necessary degrees to realize that enemy is sitting directly in the corner of the stage door. Enemy now contesting anyone outside of front door against Nora-Rengo, and here comes Waka again with his ass charge to the red hallway wall, pushes way into electrical box. The drone in tandem will follow in suit, pushing directly up against the wall to see if anyone's playing close, as his teammate Papilia did with the shotgun point-blank range, but hallway hatch is being opened up. It's another initial tower take coming up from Nora-Rengo, and oh my, Revon, what a shot. Threading the needle, finding the connection onto Waka, so that initial piercing armor of Waka will be dismantled, and Nora-Rengo back on their back foot once again, as he was kind of the catalyst in pushing all the way through last time for Nora.
Yeah, that really is going to slow them down now, because you see them rethinking their attack. Not only that, but PENTA now rotating around to face mostly around to that side, because they committed utility to the hatch, because they committed utility to opening that hard wall. They have to go for this push. They don't have enough to push from the lobby side. It's kind of all or nothing. Losing Waka not only going to slow that down, but also leave them a man down in this fight, having done no damage to Nora-Rengo. And Papilia, look at him already at basically 0, bleeding out there. They're going to have to pick it back up, because his utility is pretty much the only thing that might make this possible at this point. This is looking desperate. This might be PENTA actually taking Laundry on the 2nd round, which would even things up nicely, but Smoke's coming out for the...
Racer tries to push through with Diffuser and gets repelled immediately by Lost and the Alda. That's Diffuser lost in the hallway. Control of Mario up against the soft wall, only resulting in having to retreat to box. There's also a flank coming out up top, I believe, from Enemy, as he's made his way all the way into Classroom, and again, an attempted rush from Ramu will be shut down with authority, and Hungry with the SMG-11 on one right now in his favorite role of smoke. And that's Mario twisting in the wind with nowhere to go. No options, no plan in sight. And that'll be PENTA up 5-3. Sorry, no, that's a 4-4. I am not good at counting.
Well, it's the fact that they actually won on the 2nd round rather than waiting till they, went up to the dorm side. It's just nicely done by PENTA. Waka dying when it wasn't the middle of a push, when they weren't ready to push just yet, cost them everything, because at that point, that was like a signal flare to PENTA. Hey, everyone on PENTA, turn around. they're going to push from this side. They started opening reinforced hatches, reinforced walls. Like I said, at that point, you're kind of all in. Waka needed to help just set that up, rotate around to the other side, maybe attack from the lobby, put some pressure on that side so they couldn't entirely focus over there. Maybe that one worked, but he died prematurely thanks to Revans. Great play with that up. It's unfortunate, but that does cost them. And interestingly enough, rather than go to dorms for the secondary, you mentioned dining having some success.
Located by attackers.
I mean,
if we're gonna have a second help,
some success is kind of generous. I believe it's 2 for 2. The only 2 times it's been played.
Yeah.
Possibly been played and lost once. I haven't caught every minute of every game this week, as I imagine a lot of us out there have.
10 seconds remaining.
Considering how many games have been going, and especially the length at which they are.
5 seconds.
But yeah, this is a very, very curious decision for PENTA Sports.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out
to
to
dorms available, which is your best conversion site for defenders.
It's an interesting slowdown strategy. You've got all the castle barricades combined with the flash. They're just trying to stall it out as much as possible.
I dare you to come
burn
closer.
time, but this defense works so much better with Echo. When you can hit them where it hurts when you need to, but the fact that he can put pressure on with the clash potentially over near the plant spot, maybe he's hoping that will be enough, but you expose yourself to the doorway in doing so. So I don't know, like you said, I question this. But hey, we'll see if this works out for them. They at least managed to get ahead on a round by winning the second laundry defense. So maybe they figure while we're ahead, we'll try this. But they're going to start losing deployable shields. And there's enough soft destruction between the Ash, the Zofia, and the Sledge that I got to imagine these castle barricades are going to come down quickly. You see the one there as well. Deployable shield actually didn't go down right there. Interestingly enough. And Grenade didn't actually do a whole lot to them either. Enemy, though, is fairly low on health, which is going to make it fairly useless for Capta Firebolts. Fortunately for him, nowhere near him at the moment.
Enemy attempting to be reset through that wall is really providing some issues as Waka will take no weight as he will claim 2 victims in succession. Servas and Revan will both fall. And now Enemy, after successfully being reset, but they lose 2 members on the side of PENTA, will now try to re-engage in the Showers hallway just at the bottom of White Stairs. He's 1v1 right now against Waka on low HP, whipping out the shield and again slowing him down. And Waka losing health slowly but surely inside of these Showers, hitting the deck to avoid any crossfires, but a plant is suddenly coming out. Ramu playing the Life of Claws in the background. It's all background noise though. This all comes down to the plant. Hungry will shred through Ramu with the SMG-11. 2 members of Nora-Rengo on low HP. One of them now been down. Mario on 5. Waka will now be claimed by Enemy with the automatic SMG-9 in the side of the Showers, and he will continue to push forward. But now Enemy down to about 10 HP. Spotting the drones, watching everything unfold, whipping out the SMG-9 once again. It's Hungry ripping through the SMG-11. The side secondaries reigning supreme right now. One Toxic Babe at each door, but he's running out of time. An offender on each side. Perfect crossfire. The drone's coming out. There's no time. It's an easy cleanup for Papilia and Nora-Rengo as they retake the lead again. Yeah, I wasn't expecting us to have audio.
Yeah, no.
We usually don't.
That was exciting. What an attack, though.
I love it, though. I love it.
I got to imagine PENTA just didn't count on the sheer amount of utility that was coming out from Nora-Rengo. They had 3 soft destructors, tons of grenades coming from both the Lifeline and Sledge. Also, you know, the remote breach is part of the soft destruction. There was just so little you could do against all that utility, and yeah, you have the Clash, but the Clash was getting weakened. While he was in the middle of getting reset, Waka just helped himself to the Showers. Something that you mentioned, Nora-Rengo definitely are liking on this map right now. And once again, Waka making it his home. Dorms is finally going to be. Now the upside is, once they finish this defense, they can go back to Laundry because they went to Dining, but Waka, look at that, 12 leading the pack on PENTA's side. They only have a 9 and an 8, whereas you've got a 9 as well from Papilia, but it's not all about kills, which is why you see this being so close. However, Nora-Rengo, gotta say, a great attack there on what is definitely a weak bomb site. It's really gonna matter. Can they take dorms as efficiently? If they can, I fear for PENTA.
5 seconds of insertion.
Well, a good response there.
ADS deployed and ready to
Probably
go.
would have been to go
Attackers
upstairs
recovered
right
the
after the
diffuser.
successful
Attackers are moving out to
defense
locate a bomb and defuse it.
downstairs. But
Yeah.
Penta learned their lesson. They did actually, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was against Nora-Rengo, pull out the dining strap with enemy on the flash. Last time, there's been a lot of games, so it might have been a different game. I may be misremembering, but I do remember anyway that Penta brought it out at some point. So either it was against the stream or it was against Nora. Waka up on top of these washing machines in the junkyard spawn, just trying to catch anyone lazily rotating through the site in the master hallway, but pretty sure that angle is one of the most common pre-fires in the entire world on Oregon now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's not going to net you a whole lot, but he is still going to watch it anyways, just in case anyone goes for a rotate. You know, maybe someone's not going to peek him, but there's a lot of rotation that's usually going to happen in that spot as people look for different angles or try and go help with the side. But enemy getting the first pick there onto the Habanami, lost utility, but hey, paid back in kind against enemy. I wouldn't say that's as much utility lost though on those batteries. So far, defenders coming out slightly ahead on that.
Well, the batteries, A, should have already been placed, and B, they directly counter the utility that is not here anymore from Raystill, as the Habana, your sole hard breacher, is removed from play. So, equalizing in a 4v4, stun cannons coming out from Mariu, and now the impacts are all that remain in the lifeline, as he holds the angle very tightly with a reflex sight on the M762 as Waka slowly encroaches towards the big window as well. And you can see the separation right now from Nora-Rengo is rather intense. Ramu, I guess, imagine if he can crouch through that. I'm not exactly sure if he can or not. It might be at the height
doubt it.
possible.
He might be able to prone through it slightly, but I doubt it because he's slightly raised.
Reload.
Waka at least being a good distraction, but the rest of the team's going to have to make the most of this, so this is just a fat waste of time. And Ramu not going to be the one to make the most of that either.
There goes your tower control, and then immediately forces Mariu off of the kid's windows. And imagine he's going to have to try and regroup with Waka, but attempted to knife an Evil Eye and then just falling immediately to a grave 6 feet under. Waka, a very fruitless attempt vaulting through the big window, won't result in anything at all.
Oh no!
Another ADS on the floor. A lot of simple mistakes happening here for Nora-Rengo, as they seem to be in desperation mode, and Blaz will mow them both down at the bottom of White Stairs. Mario and Papilia, they fall in turn. Here Jess riling up the squad, get him back into the mind frame of trying to take this and being in that aggressive stance that they were to begin the game against Nora. Now they've equalized once again. It's a back and forth game, not unlike the Liquid Mocket game we just watched for 4 hours in the lobby.
Absolutely. Well, Laundry coming out again, though, means we could see a lead go back to Nora-Rengo if they could capitalize on that. But they did lose it the last time. And a Clash coming out, I gotta imagine they're gonna 6th pick off that. That is, yeah, there we go. That's not likely to stay. But Waka sneaking in the Ying for potentially a rush strat here. That's gonna be very interesting. That's gonna depend on, of course, Thatcher as well, potentially helping with that because you need to clear out those mute jammers. Or rush isn't gonna work super great because you need to be able to drone in along with that. Unless you're just gonna face check everything, rush in and hope the Candles do their work. But that's a tough spot to be in. The upside is, of course, with the Cap Town, you could smoke without having to clear ADSs, but you need to clear them for those Candelas to work. Although, who knows, maybe you'll see him push that on the backside on tower, which would be exciting to see at the very least.
Well, 5-5. Best of 2 rounds, at least remaining in regulation, lest we go overtime, and honestly, I don't see this avoiding overtime in any real capacity. I imagine
10 seconds remaining.
A loss here for Penta, and actually having just been successful
5 seconds
upstairs, they're in
remaining.
a dangerous position, although maybe they rework their dining defense or they head tower, and it's enough to screw with the mines of Nora-Rengo and get us into overtime. But I imagine this round is going to be a loss simply because it is downstairs. There have been a couple successful downstairs defenses throughout the tournament. There's just a much larger number in the other column, which is losses. Mariu and Ramu double droning in through kitchen and dining, and they'll run into the same mute jammers they originally had placed for their hard set meeting hold with reinforcements. And it looks like it's just enemy right now who's going to be trying contesting any action from meeting split double doors. He's got a punch open on his right hand side. Try and take a fight up against anyone. It looks like Mariu is seeing the barricade, not noticing that it's popped from the left hand side. Playing quite confident because of it. It'll be up to enemy to try and take advantage of this bravado bravado. It looks like Mario has now clocked that door is partially open and they'll have to be wary if any keeps coming. Mute Jammer is dispatched of with ease from the EMPs of Thatcher, and now the hatch will get opened up. Most likely signaling enemy to take an aggressive front, and there goes Mario. Like I said, playing with that bravado and confidence, unaware that there was someone within inches of claiming his life. And that's exactly what enemy will do, and hit the retreat all the way back to the tower stairs and ascend up the stairs instead of returning back to the objective. Pillion, a hard set contest from the top of Armory stairs, through the attic walls, all the way to the T2 stairs, towards some fruitless pings that were a couple seconds old onto enemy and won't connect a single bullet. Waka now going back down the white stairs to regroup with Nora-Rengo, as they've been on a little bit of a wild goose chase, trying to lock down enemy and dispatch of him, but he makes it back to the site clean, also claiming the life of Mario for free with no possibility of a trade. And now with 1:10 left, it's up to Nora-Rengo to regroup with the 4 members they have remaining.
It is interesting though to have Mario play that Ashe instead of Waka, because Waka hasn't been able to do a whole lot with that Ying so far, and Mario kind of died early like that. Certainly not going to help. There we go. As well to Ramu. Enemies just kind of denying a lot of map control here. That's really going to slow things down. I'm not sure the Ying pick is really going to do a whole lot for him this late into the round, unless they've got a bit more damage done. And so far, Penta, not a scratch on him.
Nora-Rengo not even really baiting anything out now. Pillion taking a lot of damage from the Evil Eyes to try to plant attempts, rushing straight through. And again, Pillion down to about 5 HP. They're going to have to pick someone else, but Revon will just blast him 6 feet under with a Nitro Cell instead. Ramu descending out of the attic, and this Evil Eye being a constant nuisance. I imagine it's all the way inside the closet. It is. They've got 2 of them lined up, 1 in the hallway, and no team damage, as Waka will still get a kill out of it, and they shoot the Evil Eye, but a Toxic Babe lands directly onto Racehill and have to relocate over behind the laundry bins. Hungry, peeking around his own reinforcement, will take down Waka, down to a 4v2, an immediate rush from Revon, and Hungry will win it out for Penta, and a hard set contest from meeting from enemy.
Yeah.
And a good return there from Penta to set themselves up to take Oregon at least into overtime, because now they got to go somewhere stupid.
That did feel like a little bit of a misplay in a lot of ways. I mean, you needed the Ashe to still be alive to clear out that Evil Eye like you're talking about. It's going to be huge pain. You could smoke and Candela all you want, but if they can see you through that Evil Eye, none of it's going to do any good. The smoke and mirrors effect just pretty much disappears. And without someone that can take it out, yeah, Zofia is someone that can kind of do that, but Ashe is the only one to really effectively clear Evil Eyes. By having Mario play that, getting killed early, similar to when we've seen Waka die early on those attacks, it seems to really just shut them down in terms of being effective. To bring a Ying like that and not really use it very effectively, I don't know, a lot of misplays that round, and that is going to give Penta a nice lead here. I mean, yes, it is only 1 point, but that's map point rather. And that's all they need on Penta's map to take this forward on what is an interesting tower choice here. They could go back to dining again, but I mean, I guess they're just going to be changing up. It is exciting to see a team play all 4 bomb sites on this map, just because it's so rare to see that.
Yeah, not looking to try again with the kitchen dining hold, as that has been wholly terrible throughout this entire event.
They were definitely force-fed that dining defense.
5 seconds to
So
insertion.
off to tower we go, and this has actually been a surprisingly strong objective this weekend, or week, sorry, between all the games on Oregon. It's not usually as successful as it has been in recent history, and I mean extremely recent history, but
well, teams have had the whole first half of the season to work on it because of the new rotation rules in the extra round. Well, not the new rotation rules, but because of those and the extra round, you have to have tower defenses now. You've really got to work on these. Now's not the time to just be like, I don't need that. So it's not surprising to me to see that game stepped up a bit, but it is surprising to see sometimes it working in this environment.
Once again, Waka pre-firing every conceivable spot and angle that an enemy could be on the map, and it seems like just a great waste of ammunition there, but hey.
Hey, 160 bullets left, plus 21 or 27 in the mag. I think he'll be okay.
He'll be okay. Just seems like a drone could also establish when he's doing a little bit better without also revealing your location.
And it's certainly going to give away that you're coming. I mean, you have a character that's very stealthy in its approach in terms of speed Yeah, that's certainly going to do the opposite of that. Drones itself aren't the most quiet things on Earth, but they're certainly quieter than bullets.
Yeah, I mean, if you hear a drone coming, there might be someone behind it, but there might not. You hear an R4C pre-firing every angle on Earth, yeah, you're not walking into that.
I don't think it's a drone with an R4C coming at you.
No.
Although, yeah, I suppose if you want to be Milwaukee, you could call him that. He is going to clear the basement, though, but that's just going to run him into 2. He doesn't know someone just dropped there. Or maybe he does as he rounds the corner, but he's not pre-firing now, and there he goes. Waka takedowns to the boss, but he's still going to fight someone in the tower, and he is low on health. He saw that goo mine get thrown out. If he saw it as well, not going to be surprised, and probably going to get taken out in the splash damage in clearing that barbed wire.
Good recovery there from Waka as Sir Boss was able to take down Papillia before dropping, and honestly, losing Papillia is pretty massive considering that is your main deterrent for anyone being inside of T3. The asphyxiating bolts in tandem with anyone holding on an angle on a window. You can still get somewhat of the same job completed with Ramu's frag grenades, and somehow Racel is attempting a plant. We're just pushing in the last 30 seconds here, and it's interesting positioning as it looks like Nora-Rengo has only really taken control of Meeting Hall, and they're trying to push in through T1. That is usually the least successful method of taking tower. Oh, the timing from Blaz, but it'll still work out, and he almost grabs 2 as Mario is now down to 30 HP. He'll have to push up the tower stairs once again in a 3v3. Revan in a perfect position to jump out onto Ramu, but it looks like Ramu is anticipating this. Revan waiting for the call as they have T1 in control, and Hungry will push his way down the stairs, so it works both ways with this completely hard floor. But no one's going for the plant just yet, and here comes the vault, and they're stopping the plant. Revan, enemy, Hungry, all grab 1 apiece, and Penta take map #1 over Nora-Rengo. 1 map away from the big stage for Penta. It'd be a return for the org, and a new sight for the players under it.
Well, I mean, it is not a surprise to see them win their own map, but what is interesting there is to see that the way that they won that just saw a lot of uncomfortability from Nora-Rengo